Renzo, it happened again.
Oh, God. What happened again, Maria?
I must confess,
Uh-huh.
I was on Instagram, and which I try to limit. I try to limit my
Good, good.
consumption of Instagram per
Yeah,
day,
as you should.
as I should. But still, I watched the cutest video I needed to share with you. I do want to adopt a dog. This video was
Oh,
a video in which people sit around a room, people of all ages, all sizes, all races, everything, sitting around the room. And then enter the dogs. And tons of dogs walk into a room, and the dogs adopt the owner. So
oh,
you see,
reversed.
exactly, you see the like a dog walking straight to an elder guy, and the elder guy starts crying.
Oh.
It's adorable. I share that to all my friends, and I'm going to tell you more about it after we present this show and why are we here.
That's right. So let's not forget, this is Just a Spanish Phrase, the show where we dive deep into the origins and uses and cultural relevance of idiomatic expressions in Spanish. Spanish idiomatic expressions.
And we are the companion podcast of News in Slow Spanish.
That's right. There, you can learn language through current events and hear expressions like the ones we analyze on this show in real Spanish dialogues. But here, we're doing it a little different. So today, why are we talking about
Okay, the dogs,
dogs?
adoption dogs, right? So I love that video so much. I sent it to all my friends. I was like, this is the way I'm gonna adopt my next dog. I love this.
It sounds heartwarming.
It's adorable. It's like I
Mm-hmm.
want my dog to adopt me. So I sent it to everybody. And that was like, I don't know, last week.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I'm on Instagram again, and I see a post saying, have you seen all those videos about dogs adopting people? Those are all AI.
Oh, that's what you mean by it happened again?
Yes.
You got
Remember when I
fooled
told you I
again?
got fooled again? And I feel like, remember when I told you, like here at the office, like, oh, my mom sent me a message saying, look what Jorge Luis Borges wrote is so beautiful. And I was like, Mom, there's no way Jorge Luis Borges will end a sentence with 3 exclamation points. So that's not Jorge Luis Borges. To me, it was very easy to, like identify fake literature,
Yeah.
fake political messages, etc. And now I am like my mom. I'm falling for every single video I watch on Instagram.
Well, it's getting harder and harder to tell them apart. The fake videos, the hallucinations, or this doesn't even have to be hallucination. This can be a very intentional video created to intentionally deceive people. But, the scenario that you described, it doesn't sound implausible.
It is
So,
not, but
yeah.
it is a good idea. But so I wanted to bring that up because today's expression is
Aha.
las apariencias engañan.
Perfect expression for this situation. Because in English, direct translation, we have this phrase in common use. You've heard it, you've used it. Looks can be deceiving.
And it's pretty much that. It looks so real. I'm going to send you one after we
No, that's
record. I'm going to
dangerous.
show
I
you.
don't want it.
It looks
I don't want to fall for it.
It like the dogs look real, the people look, everything looks very, very real. Of course, the analysts say, look, if you pause the video, zoom in, you can see one person has 6 fingers. If you zoom in even more, you can see the poster is in a like language that is a non-existent language. So it's
Yeah.
tiny little things that help you identify that is not real. But those things are only happening like now. But I think AI is getting better and better.
Of
So I'm
course
sure
it is.
very soon it's going to be impossible to decipher what is real and what is not.
Yes, it's so much. You've just mentioned the analysts breaking down the video to show you what is fake, what to look for. As the technology advances, so too does the skill set required. I feel like you need to take a course, you need to practice hours, to become proficient at identifying the fake videos. That's what I
Porque
think.
las apariencias engañan.
Engañan.
And I'm not worried about me as a single user. I'm worried about even journalists.
Mm.
They're going to have to, before, like, let's say a journalist say, oh no, this video is real. And then it is published in the media that that journalist worked for, if it turns out that video wasn't real, that reputation of that media is gone.
Yeah, and journalism in specifically is at a double risk, I feel, because there's two factors at play. Not only do you have the fake news or the faked content, the AI videos that are acting or pretending to be primary sources in some cases, right? Las apariencias engañan. Looks can be deceiving. It looks real. You also have the pressure of timing, of a news story becoming stale or outdated. Journalists often feel the pressure to be the first to print, to be the first to report. And so that combination of really realistic video and also audio and, of course, stories that are generated through artificial intelligence, with the pressure to report and to publish, that's a bad combination.
Yeah. So thinking about that, because I was thinking all those videos are made to generate clicks, and I thought, do you know what the Oxford Word of the Year is for 2025?
Oh no, not this year. I don't know yet. What is it?
I actually forgot the exact word. Is a click rage click?
Oh, rage bait.
Yes, rage bait.
Yes.
When you create something that is so outrageous that it gets a lot of comments, a lot of likes, and therefore it becomes very viral.
A perfect example of las apariencias engañan.
Exactly. So you can create an outrageous video on AI, people will fall for it, it's going to become viral, and then who's going to know it was not, real?
Well, another part of the problem is that things move so quickly. We move on, rather, so quickly to the next thing, the next popular thing, that we often don't stop long enough to scrutinize.
Exactly.
To
or
look
to
at
read
things.
the next news that says, oh no, that person didn't do that.
Right. You might never have found out that the video of the dogs adopting their humans was fake if it didn't also end up in your feed.
Fortunately,
right?
I go on Instagram every day.
Oh, fortunately, huh?
A little bit. No, yeah, I was making fun of myself.
No, but looks can be deceiving. In this case, not looks because you can't see us, but Maria, you're very educated and smart and incisive, and I don't think that your social media habits are
Except that I fall for fake videos.
okay. Once in a while, yeah. Who among us? But okay, this expression, las apariencias engañan, where does it come from?
You
know?
tell me.
Oh, I tell you, yes.
Yeah, I will believe you.
Right. I could be lying and you wouldn't know.
Now I'm
You'll have to do
naive.
your
Now I
research
believe
after.
everything I see online. No, I know you.
Well, as you can
you
imagine.
did your research.
I did. And as you can imagine, this expression, just like the counterpart in English, looks can be deceiving, it is popular wisdom. It has been around colloquially for as long as we can remember, honestly. It does have roots that we can trace back to the Bible. Specifically, I had pulled up that in Samuel 16:7. So that's...
You know your Bible by heart.
No, I really don't. That's why I had to look it up. But it's chapter 16, verse 7. Is that how the notation works?
You're asking the wrong person, but
all
I
right,
think
well,
it is.
Someone who's listening is going to be very angry at me right now. But anyway, we'll go with that. Samuel says that man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. So right there is an ancient example of this concept, this idea that appearances are one thing, but the truth often lies hidden inside. In this case, it's saying that only the Lord can look deep inside and see the truth hiding behind the appearance. But this concept in popular wisdom has endured for hundreds of years. It has evolved. It has appeared. One of my favorite examples is the play Tartuffe by Molière, where he writes, appearances can deceive the keenest mind. And of course, in that play, that's one of the main themes, the central themes of appearances can be deceiving. So this idea presents itself in so many examples across literary history and colloquial history. But nowadays, I think it's really interesting that you bring up the example of AI because, every time technology advances, especially in the modern era, in the digital age, we wrestle with this idea all over again. I'll give you an example. Recently, I was looking at an article where someone was criticizing impossible beauty standards, and they used an example of a magazine that they picked up in the airport, and they were flipping through and looking at all these ads promoting beauty treatments, lotions, actual treatments, at a clinic, etc., to achieve, that perfect look. And the fine print in these photographs said that the models were AI generated.
Ooh, so we're not competing with other humans, but with perfectly generated AI
Yes,
models.
truly impossible. Like, it's not even a real person. But that got me thinking that for decades before this, we were already photoshopping photographs of models to give them impossible beauty standards, whether it was to make their skin look flawless or to make them appear thinner than they already were.
But I think as a response to Photoshop, we got the body positivity
Mhm.
movement, right? To
Yes.
love your body as it is. I wonder if, as a response to these perfect AI models, we're gonna have like a a, a trend of real beauty,
Oh,
of real or flawed beauty. Because I don't know about you, but to me, like, beauty has always some kind of imperfection.
of
If you
course.
see the
I totally agree.
right, the main actors in Hollywood, they're not at the ones that are considered the most attractive
Mhm.
actresses. They're not the most perfect ones. The most perfect ones are usually like on a soap opera at noon. The male or female lead,
Like the most successful actors that, yeah. Yeah.
I have usually something different about them.
Oh,
They're not
interesting.
cookie cutters.
Maybe that's what part of the reason that makes them more memorable. At least
Exactly.
the appearance.
That's
But
wishful thinking. But
but appearances can be deceiving, so we don't really know. Uh, since you bring up celebrity and we're talking about the modern age and digital culture, I have to say the something that I keep seeing that has come up lately for me is people talking about how we used to have
how hot
mystique.
Frankenstein is?
No,
Frankenstein, the new
the new
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein
He's
by.
the most beautiful Frankenstein ever made in history.
Oh, okay.
That's
Now I have
one
to see it.
criticism
Now I have
around
to
it.
see it. No, no, no. But the idea that there used to be mystique around celebrity culture, and over the years that has disappeared with paparazzi culture and reporting, tabloids. But nowadays with social media, we are listening to their opinions all day, sometimes 24/7, and it's really hurt the image rather than helped for a lot of celebrities because of the things that they're saying, the things that they're doing that are now public knowledge instead of,
Exactly. Some of them should keep their mouth
I,
shut.
I'm not saying it, you said it.
Now, going back to las apariencias engañan, it's usually for the bad, right? We usually use it
Yeah.
like, don't trust people, but sometimes it could be a good thing. Like, I read about this janitor who passed away, and turns out he led a very simple life, but turns out he was a millionaire. But
Oh.
he was not ostentatious. Same with Pepe Mujica, remember?
Yes, the president of Uruguay.
Uruguay.
Yeah.
He used to drive his own Volkswagen. He led a very simple life. If you judged him by his looks, you would never guess he was the most powerful man in Uruguay.
Exactly.
So I think it can also be a good thing. Las apariencias engañan.
Mm-hmm. So, speaking of that, judging, let's finish by mentioning that there are many, this concept, this popular wisdom being so old, there are many expressions that say the same thing. So, don't judge a book by its cover is one of them. Can you think of another one?
La mona, aunque se vista de seda, mona se queda. But
Oh,
we
I
should
love
do
that.
another episode about that one, because that was so much fun to say many times.
Okay. But if anybody listening to this right now can think of other examples of expressions that communicate this same idea of las apariencias engañan.
Well, we already did one, which you can find in our previous episodes, which is no todo lo que es oro brilla.
Ah, exactly.
Not everything that is gold shines.
Yes. Not everything that sparkles is gold.
I don't
Ah,
remember the translation.
you know what? This is perfect opportunity to invite our listeners to Rooms, a feature in News and Slow Spanish available to all subscribers where you can come and have conversations with each other and with us. That's right, we are there.
We are there and we can have a whole conversation about how looks can be deceiving. Las apariencias engañan.
And any other expression that you'd like to share. So until next time on Just the Spanish Phrase, and in the meantime, I hope to see you in Rooms.
Adiós.